Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Diabesity Planet. Today we are on day 8, and today's video is going to cover day 7 and 8. So to start off, again, as usual, um, my waist circumference is stable, about 100 centimeters, and in terms of my weight, we're down to about 196.2. So still roughly about just 10 pounds since the beginning, about a week ago. So it looks like the weight loss has kind of plateaued a little bit. But again, I guess there's also some elements of cheating in the last few days, as you guys saw from my previous videos. Luckily, it wasn't that bad today. I got off pretty good foot. I had just bone broth today, one big bowl, water, coffee, but then I did have a couple dates, so that was about it. Um, Now, in terms of in general how things are going, I'd say things are going really well. I feel pretty good. I feel like I have good amounts of energy. So no complaints. Hunger. Today I think I had a bit more hunger than yesterday, and I guess I think that's also because again I did cheat a little bit. So I think if I stayed 100% true to the fast, which I should have, probably wouldn't have been experiencing that hunger today. But other than that, everything's good, going strong, um, and it's really really nice actually. I found out that these videos have helped inspire other people already. I wasn't even expecting that in my first weekend for it to be already inspiring others. I thought I would have had to at least show like a good 50 pounds off, or something dramatic for other people to start to join in. But already one of my friends told me that he's day 6 in, and he's also dropped about 10 pounds already on this fast. And so that's really inspiring. And other people as well have told me that they're interested in starting and getting on the path to good healthy weight loss and preventing their risk for diabetes. So that's inspiring. Keep it up, everybody. Thanks everyone for your comments, for your suggestions, for your encouragement. It's much appreciated. And in short, just want to say back at ya. So in terms of the topic for today, I want to address I'd say a pretty important topic. And this is sort of getting in my mind because I get this question all the time. When people ask me, why are you doing it? Why are you doing this long, extended, extreme, unheard of practice of continuous fasting? Um, so, and again, people, as I mentioned in previous videos, they're concerned about it being unsafe, again, extreme, not sustainable. I'm gonna gain it all back. It's gonna put me in a worse off position than I began. So there are a lot of skepticism and doubts, and again, that doesn't really disturb me in the least. In fact, that's totally expected, and I welcome it because I think until people start asking these questions and addressing all these myths, amazing and positive health practices like this are probably not going to take off. So I welcome the criticisms, I welcome the feedback, I welcome the concerns, and I hope that through these videos I can help sort of debunk all of these by the end. So today's big topic is why are you fasting and why should I fast? So, meaning why am I fasting and why should you fast? So, so obviously the number one reason why I'm doing this is for my own personal, success in weight loss and getting to a healthy weight and a healthy body composition and a healthy physical state. So, in terms of my own personal story, I've struggled with weight loss for a long time. I was pretty skinny up until the end of high school, so until about 16. And then the minute I went from a very active lifestyle, even though I still had a lot of junk food before that, but I had a pretty active lifestyle, burned a lot of energy. And also, I think at that point, back to the insulin hypothesis, as I said, I don't think you can't, it's not really likely to outrun a bad diet. And no, but what happened was my insulin levels kept going up and up and up as I had more and more bad food, and eventually it reached a point where my body sort of tipped, and I started to accumulate all that weight, and that especially got worse in university, because in high school I was in class most of the day. Other than the cafeteria that we had, not really too many other, and maybe lunchtime, not that many opportunities to get high sugary foods. But when I went to university, we had like we had 2, 3 Tim Hortons or coffee shops on campus. I'd always go for French vanillas, ice caps, croissants, all the bad stuff that you really love to have next to you when you're studying, cookies and things like that. So over time, it definitely built up, and I started to accumulate weight. And to be honest, I didn't really pay much attention. It was so gradual over months, and I was too busy worrying about marks and grades, and trying to do well on tests and midterms and assignments and all that kind of stuff, that I simply could care less that I was gaining weight. Unfortunately, also I didn't have a good habit of, or I wasn't well acquainted to the gym in terms of building muscle mass and things like that could have helped me keep the weight off. So, as I went to med school, things just sort of stayed status quo. I tried to lose weight so many times, and after I got into medical school and started medical school that I started to think, okay, I have to do something about this now, for so many reasons. But I really struggled to do it. I tried to go to the gym. I tried to eat less. I tried to eat healthier. I try to do all the typical things that we're taught to do to lose weight. And, maybe I might have lost, 1 pound here, 1 pound there, but then I'd just gain it back. And it just wasn't working. So it was a lot of frustration, definitely, that led me to this point. And, again, once I started to learn about, and see other people go through the fasting, the intermittent / continuous fasting, as well as the ketogenic diet, after doing a month of an elective at the Intensive Dietary Management Clinic, and seeing patients of Dr. Jason Fung and Megan Ramos do so well, I thought, I have to do this for myself, and I have to do something drastic to help me reach my goal and my aim. So that's number one, first and foremost, is my own personal will to try to get myself to a healthy weight. The second thing is, I need to know if this works. And again, I did a 7-day fast before doing this 30-day continuous fasting endeavor, and I had lost about 5-6 pounds, and I saw that it did work, and I saw that all the promises that were made about hunger and about nutrients, about not about what you would go through, all was true, and I saw results. But I needed to know, and so that was really good and reassuring. And now that's what inspired me to actually try to do a 30-day one, to try and extend those benefits that I gained during that period. So I needed to know if this works, and I needed to know if this works so that I could help other people. And that's the second reason is, once I could, help myself, and the key thing is you need to help yourself before you can help others. So, given that I was struggling with this, and if I could do this challenge and fast and help myself first, that would put me in a good position to help so many other people. That includes my friends, my family members. But now that I'm a physician, I'm looking forward to using this to helping as many of my patients as I can, and as well as many other people from just the general public at large, and to help spread the cause and work on this cause as many other leaders have been doing already, including my mentors who I already mentioned. So that's number two. Thirdly, and related to the second point, is that it's simply the right thing to do, because in general, diabetes, obesity, and everything that comes with that, the whole diabetes syndrome, which includes heart attacks, strokes, Alzheimer's, fatty liver disease, sleep apnea, cancer, arthritis, all the things that that develop from obesity and its related complications. It's such a huge epidemic in our society that again, it put a huge impetus on me not only to do it for those personally that I know, but also as a society, as a bigger movement. And again, I could only get to that point if I had personal success with it, and it's something that I could actually believe in and put my weight behind. No pun intended. So that's number three. The fourth one was, and this kind of goes back to, the rest of the reasons are going to go back to sort of my own personal reasons, is I really wanted to gain mastery over my hunger, and this is a huge point for me because up until this point, I realized that my hunger governed almost my whole life. My day would revolve around my meals. I'd always think about what I wanted to eat. If I tried to not eat, my stomach would just growl, and it was such a powerful force that it would almost draw me and force me towards food. And especially when you're hungry, you usually go for bad foods. You're usually not craving, like a salad or an apple or something when you're super hungry. So that's what was happening to me, and so part of the reason of fasting, I just wanted to kick my hunger to the curb and make myself have control over my hunger and feel liberated. And that's what happened when I was fasting for the 7 days, and that's what's happened now. I feel like I'm probably not 100% control over, but at least before, if I was like maybe 10% control, now I feel like I'm closer to 70% control at least. And I hope by the end of the 30 days, I can get as close to 100 as possible so that I can exert my own willpower and not be governed, not be a slave to my hunger. Um, and so that food can be my slave and my source of sustenance, not me, being a slave of food. The third one, the fifth reason is, sustainability. So why would I fast rather than doing something else? It's because I know, contrary to what everyone tells me, fasting is so sustainable, and it's sustainable for so many reasons. One is, like I mentioned, it does help you gain mastery and control over your hunger, unlike any other, um, weight loss or dietary management product. It just helps you, it just simply helps you curb your appetite and control your hunger. So that's one. Number two, the other reason it's sustainable is, even if I get hungry, or even if I want to cheat, let's say, or eat something delicious because of a social gathering, I don't have to feel so guilty. All I have to do is just feel good and look forward to fasting that excess bad food off. So I know, and I can do that on and off for as long as I want, um, you know, whenever I want. So it's liberating and it's sustainable in that sense. The other reasons why it's sustainable, and I'll close off with these reasons, is that it's super easy in terms of time. So I don't have to worry if I don't have time to go to the gym as far as fasting is concerned, because or as far as weight loss is concerned, because I know fasting alone will do the trick. I don't have to spend time cooking food, preparing meals, washing dishes, going to the supermarket to find food, all these things that would normally take hours and hours out of my day, completely gone. So I save all that time. Thirdly, it saves me a lot of money because again, food is pretty expensive. Um, and yeah, so these are all the reasons, right off the top of my head, that is why I'm doing fasting in general and why I'm doing this continuous 30-day fast. And the other thing is, I hope I mentioned at the beginning, is I also wanted fast and consistent results, because when you see results, it helps motivate you even further. And also, I know that I'm so far along. I was pretty far along, especially at the beginning, the obesity spectrum, that I needed something drastic to help bring me down. And this was such a great way to do it drastically, but also in a way that's sustainable. So I hope that, so I guess bottom line, these are some of the reasons that I have. I'm sure many of you would have other reasons. Many of you might be diabetics and, want to cure or reverse your diabetes, maybe on multiple medications and want to reverse it. There's so many other ones. I'm sure as I get older, I'm going to be, fasting is also shown to be anti-aging. It's shown to, there's evidence that it can help prevent or stop Alzheimer's and dementia. It can help with seizures and epilepsy. So there's so many other reasons why you might do it, but I think the bottom line is it's just a very healthy, sustainable, and a great way to help shake things up, and promote or add some healthier, some very healthy behaviors and aspects to your overall general health, lifestyle, and behaviors. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that I can stimulate you to think of your reasons. I'd love to challenge you and hear what are your reasons for wanting to fast, or maybe your reasons for not wanting to fast. I think they're both very interesting. So I challenge you guys to share your feedback and comments in the video below. Promise you, I'm definitely going to read them, and hopefully can give you guys some comments, and I hope to learn from you guys as well. There's probably other things I didn't think about that might help me give me more reasons and more motivation. And I think the important thing for us to realize our reasons is every time you want to falter or give up, having a good checklist of your reasons, of your motivations for why you're doing this, can help put you back on track. So that's another good reason why it's a great idea for you to really clarify your motivations, your goals, and why you're doing this. So with that, I'm going to end for today. And, tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit more about exactly clarify once again exactly what the fast is, what I'm consuming, and for many of you who still ask questions about it, and we'll see if I'll add anything else to it as well. So until next time, thanks so much for watching, and please feel free to comment and like the video and subscribe as well. Take care. Have a good night.